As peaceful protest meets the madness of awful, mindful violence, the mainstream media stays at home, stays safe and sits in silence. The corporations employ the agents, but it's we that pay their wage to serve and protect, but it seems they forget as shields and battens engage. That when the drills are drilling, when the earthquakes make earth shake, they'll shake for you and your children too and the folk that you forsake. When the evening slowly turns to night and when your working day is done, when you look into the innocent eyes of your daughter or your son, and when they ask you for a bedtime story, you won't be at a loss. You can tell them the tale of the time you bullied at the Battle of Barton Moss.
See what we'll do. I'll go up round on day 64. Ah, right. Which way do I go to get out?
Go right and then left.
Right and then...
Right and then left.
Let's talk a little bit more about all of this with our industry correspondent, John Moylan.
So this is about extracting gas from rock that's a mile down in the ground, using methods which involve a lot of water, a lot of chemicals. We know that in the past they set off seismic activity and small earth tremors, and so there has been a lot of concern about this. So the work in Lancashire was shut down last year when a series of earth tremors happened. Some reports were carried out into it by scientists. The government has looked at all of those, consulted on it, but it has concluded that it can give the go-ahead in principle for exploratory fracking in the UK.
Hi, I'm Daniel Evans, and I've been camped on Barton Moss Community Protection Camp now since mid-November to raise awareness and highlight the dangers of the fracking industry.
What's fracking?
The process that they want to carry out involves drilling deep below what's actually the Salford main aquifer. So they're drilling through the water system and they want to extract gas from the shale layer underneath the aquifer. And to do that they drill holes vertically and horizontally, so they can drill for about a mile horizontally, and they use high pressure water and explosions to break up the shale layer to extract that gas. And part of that, the worrying part of the process is that that might well fracture into the water layer and contaminate the water system with chemicals that they're using, such as cesium-137, which is a fairly nasty radioactive material used in the process that's generally mixes with water very well and has been reported in many systems where fracking has occurred in the United States, poisoning people.
What we've seen now is just the initial stages. If it's actually going to full production, you're going to see a significant increase in the volume of traffic and also all the attendant problems with environmental issues and environmental impacts, particularly when they start fracking. And we look at the various problems with fracking, such as groundwater contamination, methane escapes. So there's a loss of air quality. There's a major deterioration in groundwater because of the fracking fluids that they use.
This is a test site. Obviously, there's only been one full-blown fracking drill site in the UK, and that was in the Fylde, which caused earthquakes a couple of years ago. I live in Manchester, and I felt the earthquake from that come through, and it was like a train driving through your house. It was fairly severe.
Reports that have come from around the world suggest that that's only the tip of the iceberg in terms of the negative effects it's going to have on people, the land, the water, the air, the communities. So we're here to say that there's no social license for this industry and it won't be tolerated.
These people have been out here in all weathers defending the local area and people of Manchester, and it's horrifying that you get people coming up here who don't even know what fracking is. Really, I'm just like the dancer in Happy Mondays who shakes me maracas at the frackers, you know what I mean?
It's scientific fact, more or less, now that global warming is happening, the greenhouse effect, and we should all be looking for renewable sources of energy in this day and age, and this is only setting us back in terms of living a progressive future.
Another thing, recently David Cameron has decided to stop any more onshore wind farms being built, so he's capping the amount of renewable energy that we can get in favour of these obsolete fossil fuels that are potentially dangerous to extract.
But they're going to make him some money at the end of the day. Whereas wind farms won't. They'll sustain themselves, but they won't make any money.
It's a massively short-term solution. Like Salford, for instance, where we are now in Barton Moss, from what we've spoken to people who are interested in the cause, they've been saying that Salford's local council has been strong-armed by Peel Holdings to allow the police force to do what they're doing and allow the fracking to carry on happening. Even it's only an exploratory well, but the fact remains that they're doing it to try and find shale gas, and they've found shale gas, and it will come back. And if the local council are being bullied out of expressing their opinion on it, then the people need to rise up, and it's simple as that.
The protesters and people of Salford took a petition with over 3,000 signatures to the council and asked the council for a debate on fracking, for at least the opportunity to have their concerns listened to, and that they were ignored, and the 3,000 plus people who signed the signature who live in Salford were ignored by the council. Yeah. And there needs to be an explanation as to why councils are being allowed to ignore the concerns of the people in the area.
The people who got them elected. Whether you're pro-fracking or anti-fracking, the real injustice of it all is that such a controversial and potentially damaging industry has been passed by the government without any local referendum or national referendum. There's been nothing.
The police obviously have claimed they've been here to facilitate our right to peacefully protest. We don't feel that's happened at all. On a pretty much daily basis, we've seen police brutality, we've seen people getting assaulted, we've seen people being intimidated.
Every day for the last 3 months, we've had at least 100 police here, up to 15 or 20 in police vans, and the tactical grade unit have been in attendance every day. And the tactical grade unit, quite frankly, have been brutal to the extreme.
What's that woman do? I want to be like you. T-T-A-U. Walk like you. Talk like you. T-A-U. I said it's true. I love how you're getting it as well. That's good. Walk like you. Break the law too.
Personally, I've had the tactical aid unit grab hold of the back of my jacket, twist it round and punch me in the back. So that's the problem we've got down here. It's like the police or the policemen, they're acting with impunity. They don't care who they're assaulting. But the point of being here is not to be violent. And it's a shame about the polarisation that goes on this footpath as well between the police and the people, because it's quite quick. And it would be because a few of them, and it's not all the police, but a few of them are, you know, like instigating and riling people.
I am not resisting! Away! I am not resisting! Away with that!
Like our time spent camping here, our personal experiences with the police, and it is one of the main reasons why we chose to do a video diary, because we want to express how we've been treated and what we've seen on site.
And it's almost as if we're inirritant.
Yeah, it's
It's almost like
very speculative of what we're doing, which is...
And suspicious of what we're doing.
We've had our van checked over by the police as they thought we could possibly hide in equipment for the protesters to use as lock-ons. We're not here to be involved in any hardcore activism. We're here to just document, like we said. And it's...
and they're not letting us document?
No. Really? There's literally police officers putting their hands in front of our cameras. We know our rights that we can film what's going on here, and we can film police officers, they're civil servants. They're obliged to be on camera, but when they're literally putting their hands in front of the camera or doing whatever possible to try and stop us from shooting, literally standing in front of our camera,
knocking cameras off shoulders,
yeah, pushing us out of the way, purposefully laughing to each other about it.
The way I see it, police, you could have asked me 6 months ago, what the police, what's the purpose of the police, and that would be to protect the people. But from what I'm seeing at the Barton Moss campsite is pretty much school playground bullying.
It's not all of the Greater Manchester Police Force. I've had some perfectly pleasant and friendly conversations with several of the officers. It's just a shame that they're not all like that, and they're not all there in the right spirit and the right frame of mind to facilitate peaceful protest.
I mean, I never had any negative look on the police force in the UK until I came here, and it riles you up a bit. It makes you, exposes you to things that you feel like shouldn't be happening in the country. It's hypocrisy.
You're told from being very young that the police are
there to protect you.
Are a force that are there to protect you and that you can go to if you ever need help.
But right now they're like the puppets of the government.
But that isn't the case. If I needed help, I wouldn't go to the GMP for it. It's a real shame because the way that the police are handling it has a lot of the time overshadowed the actual issue.
Get over there. You're part of that group.
You're assaulting me, please.
I'm not assaulting you. I'm moving you and I'm helping you into that line. I could arrest you, but I'm not going to arrest you. So it's in your benefit. Are you drunk? Have you been drinking this morning? Have you been drinking this morning?
No, I've not.
You've been drinking this morning?
No, I've not.
You've been drinking?
I've had tea.
You've arrived in your car?
No, I've not.
You've arrived in your car this morning? You've had a drink, haven't you? You've had a drink this morning. Where's your car? Been drinking this morning?
No, I've not.
You just said to me you've had 2 drinks.
No, I've not.
You just said that you've had 2 drinks.
I've got it on camera.
Yeah, you just said to me you've had 2 drinks.
No,
I can smell alcohol in your breath and you've come in a car.
No,
when did you have your drinks this morning?
Am I being arrested, officer?
You got this lad that's come in the car this morning, I can smell alcohol in his breath, he's already admitted to having a drink.
No, I've got it on film.
Yeah,
I've not had a drink at all. I've had tea this morning, officer.
We've got two officers. Yeah, and we'll...
We've lost quite most of mine and gone down watching M3.
Right.
I've lost most of my cereal.
Okay, your car is down there, Stephen, is it not? Your blue Mercedes. Where have you had a drink this morning?
I have not. I've told you, I've had tea this morning.
Daniel, can you go and join that group, please?
Yeah, I've literally just woke up, mate.
Yeah, can you go and join that group, please? You're going to put there, you know what it is? Stephen's had a drink this morning.
No, I've not. I had tea this morning. You can check with the whole camp.
When have you had a drink? Can you, and he's under arrest.
Why are you shouting at me?
Because you're mithering me.
Am I being detained?
You're detained this moment in time to ascertain whether or not you've been drink driving. Whoa, that's enough.
Have you had a drink? Have you had 2 drinks?
Try and get me from obstructing police, that's bullshit.
Have you heard this? Oh, shut up, Kirsty. You're on film saying that. Abusing the public, yet again on a public footpath. And, you've seen Sergeant Keogh himself. You've done it. He headbutted your camera and then was going to say, oh, you were assaulted, but what's going on there?
You haven't walked into me once. No, I didn't hit you, boom. You turn round.
Oh, tell him to shut up.
Standing in the way, move out of the way.
Yeah, just tell the member of the public to shut up. How rude are you, Mr. Keogh?
Does that ruin it, or is that better?
It's alright actually, yeah. Nice composition and everything. Canon X305.
What you push?
There's no communication in terms of the police expressing their points of view with us and for the cause of the film, which is understandable considering they are police officers and they shouldn't really be opinionated on duty, but it just seems a lot of them don't really consider the fact that the protest is about someone's point of view, and it's seeing it as just general disorder, which it's not. It's very peaceful.
Yeah. And we've asked to try and speak to the Police Commissioner, Mark Roberts, and he's just not. Well, he's out of office supposedly, and he was not able to even answer some questions in an email or a phone interview, but which is a bit frustrating because the policing is questionable and they're not answering those questions.
They're just out of depth. Yeah. They came in here with the intention of we will do what we will do and we will enforce what we want to see happen. And in actual fact, they have treated people here as if like it is a football match where you've got hooliganism going on or riots and stuff like that. It's really been the wrong approach, and it's something they really need to reflect on and start looking back at how they've behaved. I think it came to an end about 2 weeks ago when Vander was arrested. It was an absolutely disgusting day. I went home, I felt ill, not felt like it for a long time. And it's not like I'm afraid of the police or anything like that, or even challenging authority or the police, but I was scared that day. Scared of saying the wrong thing. And I was scared for all the people who was here as well, to say the truth.
What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Right, fuck off. What the she's doing? She's fighting back. She's not fighting back.
And I feel like we've just gone back 5 years when we come here, 10 years. It's like being back to the old days when they used to do the miners' strike. And I used to see my dad coming home covered in blood and everything when he was striking then and being part of the pit strikes. It reminds me very much of that old draconian way of policing.
They're trying to incite a riot, and then they're trying to say we're trying to incite a riot. It's the other way around. It's clearly these people here now are not scared of us and not intimidated by us, and obviously that scares them. Why aren't they scared? Because I think the main thing that's puzzling them down here is that no one's scared, and yet no one's offered any violence. They're like, why aren't they fighting? Surely we've done enough to start a big brawl by now.
When a controversial institution like the Peel Group conglomerate holds so much influence in the north, especially in Manchester, in terms of they own the land, that IGAS have the fracking site on, they have massive connections with the Greater Manchester Police.
And the media.
The council.
And the media, the own Media City in Salford. It seems hard to trust any sort of media source, police force, energy company when they're all working or being paid by the same conglomerate company. It doesn't feel
It feels incestuous, and it all feels like they're working together to achieve the extraction of shale gas, ultimately.
Yeah. And
whatever cost that is.
This seems to have involved quite a level of intimidation of the local community. We spoke to a local business owner who he didn't feel comfortable talking to us on camera as much as he might have liked to, because he was worried about the repercussions that it might have if he said anything negative about Peel Group or IGAS or even just about fracking. He
basically implied that they run the city.
Yeah,
he said
that they run the northwest, and that he was worried that if he said anything, his business licence would be taken away.
Yeah. When a large-scale corporation are being protected by civil servants like the police force, it's not privatised security, it's the Greater Manchester Police Force, people who are providing safety for citizens and local people. It needs to be questioned. Yeah.
These issues down here are life-threatening. It's not just our lives, it's not just like this generation, it's what we're leaving for the kids. I don't want to leave a poisoned environment for my children, so I'll support this camp in any way that I can.
It is the health effects, obviously the water, the the pollution of the water, but it's also, you know, affecting cattle, it's affecting farmers, you know, everything. So I think if people don't question enough, then it will soon be here before they realise it.
When iGas leave here after drilling their exploratory hole and return to the council to seek planning permission to come back and actually get to productive fracking, what they're going to be facing is an informed, united, solid community that is going to say no, and they're going to mean no, and they're going to bring their bodies to show it and prove it.
Coming for me, that's the motherfucking GMP. Who's that coming for you? That's the motherfucking TAU.
It's your planet too. Why do you think that you're immune? If they poison the land, that badge won't protect you. Pushing us along and you bully our lands. Policing ain't no job for a self-respecting man. Guarding iGas gates like corporate bouncers in the corrupt fracking councils. Wanna poison our water, wanna poison our land. But we got the power to end the master plan. Like rise up in the face of aggression. Rise up and demand elimination of corporate power built by taxpayers' hours. Police got it wrong, man, the future is ours.
GMP, yeah, I guess private army. GMP, yeah, I guess private army. The GMP, yeah, I guess private army. GMP, what you gonna do when we're suing you?